One more testimony. 1 year ago, I received a letter. It's dated August the 22nd, 2019, from Dan Scott, one of our senior ministers. He was 87 years old. He's now here today, 88 years old. He's been involved in global missions, North American missions, multicultural ministries, Spanish evangelism ministries, one of our respected elders. Now, I get lots of letters. Some are kind of crazy. Some, they're cranks. Some, I've got a letter in my files that tells me who the Antichrist is. I've got a letter in my files that tell me the date the Lord's coming back. I don't know if I still kept those letters, but I did get them. But this letter I knew was real. It wasn't fake. It was serious. And so I read it. I want to read you an excerpt of Brother Scott. Remember, this is before coronavirus, August of 2019. Excerpt from his letter. This morning in my usual 5 to 6 devotion, God again spoke with me to send this to you. Please allow me to be candid. I feel that in light of what God has spoken, that we should prepare with a stark faith to ensure the soon-to-come harvest. I believe this with my entire being. I've listened carefully to your messages of late and feel that God has you in place to facilitate the future direction of the church and to care for the harvest to come. Then he enclosed a separate statement of the actual prophecy. Here it is. I believe it's of God. My son, I will send devastation on the United States, the like of which has never been experienced. The devastation will come with destruction multiplied times over, and the people will tremble. I will do this to bring the nation to its knees. Even the kings of the earth shall be clothed in fear. The entire population of the United States will then know the paths of treachery their leaders have traveled to destroy the faith of so many. My people who are called by my name will be tried severely, but my purpose will be to show myself to be their God even before I come to gather them to me. But the end is not yet. This will take place just prior to my return. And I will use this devastation to cause many spiritual prodigals who have turned away from me to return and reconsecrate their lives to me. And many who have left the love of righteousness and the gospel to realign their principles. Also, I will bring multitudes to know me, because at that time there will be a revelation that all men everywhere will know that I am the only Lord God. That was August 2019. What was I supposed to do with that? I prayed about it, but how could I act? I put it in my briefcase, and I've carried that prophecy in my briefcase everywhere I've traveled in the U.S. and Canada for the past year until I prepared this message, pondering it. But as the events unfolded, you can see how those prophecies have come to pass. People are going to their knees. The motives of leaders are being exposed. Prodigals are returning, and there's the opportunity for the greatest revival in the history of the church. So here is my conclusion today. Last year at General Conference 2019, I preached the message from fear to faith, telling us we need to prepare for the greatest revival in the history of the church. But to do that, we cannot live in fear. We cannot be afraid of the limitations of the past. We've got to move forward in the future. I didn't know about coronavirus, but I believe that message is relevant today. We've been working for the past few years for a strategic plan for every district in North America, for every nation around the world. I believe in the strategic plan. We need it for growth and retention. But we need more than a strategic plan. Many of us announced a vision for 2020. A 2020 vision. But God has superseded all of our plans with the most important vision of all. So I'm preaching today to the UPCI and to all that will hear my voice, a 2020 vision for 2020. And that vision is turn your eyes upon Jesus. It's time to look to Jesus, and we will experience the greatest revival in the history of the church until the coming of the Lord. This is our day. Look to Jesus. I don't care what you're going through, but we see Jesus. Oh,